Many of us have this question, why did I go through this? Why did they cheat me? Why did I lose money? Why am I not being blessed? Why? Many of us have this question, why, that is haunting us. But I want to tell you today, God wants to answer that why in your life and my life. Book of John chapter 9 verses 1 to 3. And he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Then Jesus said, neither this man nor his parents sinned, said Jesus. But this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him. How many of you know the disciples were just like us? Sometimes when someone is suffering, immediately we get into a judgmental mode. We say, well, maybe they have done something horribly wrong and that is why they are suffering. Many times in our culture, we judge people because they suffer. Something goes wrong. Immediately we bounce on them and say, oh, well, they have done something wrong and that is why God is punishing them. And here we see a blind man, and he's blind from his birth. And the disciples, instead of bringing him to be prayed with Jesus, they immediately go to Jesus and say, Jesus, this man is blind from his birth, and tell us, whose sin is this? Did this man sin or his parents sin? Who is the cause of his condition? And immediately Jesus looks up and said, Jesus says, it is not his sin or the sins of his parents, but this has happened to him so that God's glory shall be displayed in his life, so that God will perform his power and his glory in his life. Many times we come to judgment on others. I want to tell you, many times God allows us to go through the path of suffering and trials and tribulations so that his glory shall be displayed in our life. All of us want testimony, but nobody wants to go through the test. If I would ask you, how many want a big testimony? All of you will lift up your hands. But if you need to understand, if you have to carry a big testimony, you need to go through a big test. If you want to go through a big miracle, you need to go through a big problem. God allows us to go through sufferings and tribulations so that his glory shall be revealed in our life.